Hello everyone, welcome to Yoga Upload. I'm Maris Aylward. Today's video is a product review and comparison of two items. And these are the Manduka Equa Mat Towel and the Yogitoes Skidless Mat Towel. Now before I share with you my experience with these two products, I want you to see them laid out on the ground on top of a yoga mat. We'll get some close-ups so you can really see the material, and I'll give you more information and product specs. This is the Manduka Equa Mat Towel shown on top of the Manduka Black Mat Pro. It measures 72 inches by 26.5 inches. Its fabric is made of tightly woven fibers and it produces this soft, suede-like feel. It uses split microfiber technology for moisture absorption and evaporation. It costs $38. It comes in a variety of colors and an extra long version. Now this is the Yogitoes Skidless Yoga Towel. It measures 68 by 24 inches and weighs 1.25 pounds. It uses patented skidless technology. What that means is underneath the towel, you will find 100% silicone dots. These are supposed to grip and keep the towel in place on top of your mat. Each towel is made using 8 recycled plastic bottles, and it's also made using 50% recycled fiber. The price is $64 and there are a lot of colors to choose from. Around 2 years ago, Manduka bought Yogitoes, and now both products can be found on the Manduka website, manduka.com. I want to share with you what I do when I use these yoga towels. In the beginning of my practice, before I start sweating, I fold the front and the back edge of the towel. I do my poses on my yoga mat because at this point, my palms and my feet and my body are completely dry. Now when I feel that I'm starting to sweat, then I will use the entire towel over my mat. When I feel I'm slipping in my downward facing dog, in my plank, then I know I need a towel. It might look a little bit awkward, but this way works for me, so you can try out this tip. If you want to see the towels in action, check the description box below for links to the yoga class videos where I use the towels. Make sure to check the description box below for all of that information that you just saw and other related videos here on my channel. I've had both of these towels for more than 4 years. I've used them a lot in my hot yoga classes and vinyasa classes. And I just want to tell you about my experience with them. So first, let's start with the Manduka Equa. I like the surface of this one. The microfiber material makes it really soft and suede-like. So if you like to practice on that kind of surface, this is really nice. And also because it doesn't have the dots underneath, you can also use this as an actual towel. Like, it's not going to be the best bath towel you use, but in a pinch, it'll do. So you can also use it that way. And it claims to be slip resistant when damp, and that is true. So in the beginning of your practice, when you're not sweating yet, you might need to spray it with a little bit of water. But then as you start practicing and sweating, it will get better. It will perform better. You'll stick to it. You won't be sliding around in your poses. Now, because of its size, it will cover most yoga mats. And for the most part, it will stay in place. It will stay put. It won't slide around or bunch up. However, if your practice is a lot of jumping forward and back, you're dragging your feet across the mat, across the towel, then it might still move. I don't think there's any way around that really, so this is still a good towel to have over your mat. Now, I've had this for a really long time, so the color has faded, but it has retained the quality. It performs just as well as when I first bought it, so it's not really a problem. Now let's move on to the more expensive towel of the two, the Yogitoes. They perform almost exactly the same. And I think the only difference is the Skidless has this skidless technology with all the dots underneath it. And to be honest, I don't know how much it helps. I know it does stay on your mat, it stays put when you're practicing, but as I said earlier, if you're jumping forward and back a lot and you're dragging your feet across the towel, it might still move. So I don't know how much the dots help. And this is more expensive, so I don't really know that it's worth it. If you can buy the more inexpensive towel, I think they're just the same, really. So performance, they're the same, but this is more expensive. And I do have to warn you that If you buy a dark color, especially when you first wash it, the color might bleed. So it's best to wash it alone that first time, or maybe first 2 or 3 times even, just to be safe. With the Equa matte towel, I didn't really have any problem with it, maybe because I bought a light color, but it didn't bleed on that first wash. So who is this for, and is there even a point in buying these two? Well, yes. If you practice a lot of hot yoga, vinyasa classes, you sweat a lot when you practice, this really helps absorb your sweat. It will prevent you from slipping and sliding on your mat. And that is a huge thing, especially if in your downward facing dog and all these balancing poses, it's a big deal. Now, do you absolutely need a yoga towel like this? I don't think so. To be honest, you can use any bath towel. I've used a bath towel, even a beach towel in my practice, and it worked just fine. I guess the advantage of having these is they will fit perfectly over your mat, and they're thin enough. So when you're in balancing poses, for example, you have more stability as opposed to being on a cushy bath towel. So that is an advantage, and that's something to consider. Now, there is also a disadvantage to buying the yoga towels, and that is you have 2 yoga products that you need to carry around with you when you go to the yoga studio. Now, if you absolutely need a towel, then you must have a towel. But if you don't really sweat a lot, you don't slide around on your mat, then maybe you don't need one. I do, however, have a product review of a yoga mat and towel in one. So you only have one product to carry around with you, and it is this Fit Lifestyle Co. yoga mat and integrated towel. So if you are curious and want to check that out, it's also in the description box below. There you have it. I hope that was helpful and informative, especially if you're looking for some yoga products that you need for your practice. There are a lot of products out there and it can be confusing, so you need to find what's right for you, and everyone will have different needs. So I hope this video helped you out in some way. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye!